welcome back to my channel. Today's Sunday, which is also Father's Day in the UK, so naturally I have a special guest.
Hello.
Ta-da! I don't know if you can tell by the layout. Today's a cooking video. And what are we cooking today? Baking today.
We're going to be doing some shortbread cookies, which everyone loves.
Chocolate chip shortbread cookies.
Can't go wrong.
We have all of our ingredients nicely laid out, like a cooking show. I want a cooking show one day. I think it'll be funny. And scarily, I am the one with the recipe.
So let's get started.
And if it goes wrong, it's my fault.
It's not going to go wrong. It will be great.
So we've preheated our oven to gas mark 2 or 300 degrees Fahrenheit if you're American, which this recipe is American. So,
Yeah. So where are we starting?
Step number 1, preheat the oven. Step number 2, whisk flour, baking powder and salt together in a bowl. Here's the bowl. So, we need 1 3/4 cup of flour. So that's 1 cup. And put it in.
So what type of flour is it?
All-purpose or
Plain.
plain flour,
If you're in the UK.
not self-raising flour.
Indeed.
Don't get it wrong. It will go very wrong.
See how much mess we can make today. So that we don't get a lumpy.
Oh God.
So that's 1 cup.
Do I sieve it now, or do you want to do the 3 bowl?
You can start sieving whilst I measure out the next bit.
No.
No one wants lumpy cookies, so.
Unless it's chocolate lumps,
Well, yes.
not powder lumps.
With the chocolate, the more lumps the better.
I'll also have like the recipe measurements on the screen and the recipe I'm using linked in the description because it's not mine. Do you reckon Nanny has her own recipe? Maybe not for chocolate.
No, if she does, it will be
Inherit.
from somebody else. But she would have noted it down in her recipe book, which
You need
looking
to get
forward to
Receiving a copy.
inheriting at some point, but no time soon.
Nanny said she's going to make a copy.
Yeah,
But you want the original.
Yeah. 3.
So now
Next.
baking powder
Yes.
is half a teaspoon.
1 teaspoon.
So it's this one. Like half a teaspoon, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
I can read.
It's kiddie proof, so it's also adult proof.
We can't get in.
No.
I want to level it. That was very satisfying. And for salt, we need 1/4.
1/4 of what?
Teaspoon.
So we're going to use half of one of those.
Yes.
Bring this about right. So go for the whisk. Try not to do it too quickly, otherwise we'll have a big cloud of powder and you won't see us anymore.
But that'd be funny though.
It would be funny, except for when your mum comes down and sees the state of the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I don't fancy dying today.
Sure.
Thank you. We now need to beat butter and sugar with an electric mixer till fluffy.
Till fluffy.
Till fluffy
Okay, we can do that.
for 2 to 3 minutes.
Alright, so we need another bowl.
I'm going to magic another bowl on my hand. Wow, that's crazy. That came out of nowhere. We're using a pot because the bowl we want is missing. We're professionals.
Is in use.
We're professionals here.
Sugar.
Also, if you are using like a block of butter,
Yes.
a block of butter, Make sure it's been out so it's soft. You don't want to whip hard butter, it doesn't work.
Indeed.
It does not work.
However, if you do forget that step, you can always just pop the butter in a microwave for a very short period of time.
Very short, because it will melt very quickly. So we need a cup of unsalted butter. So what is that in slices?
So if you cut off just a sliver at the end.
This is what we don't need.
And that. And put that back. Save it for later.
Half a cup of white sugar. Anything else? This bad boy. And then you have half a cup. And it's time to whisk it.
To aid the mixing process, all that butter and sugar combined.
Am I the only one that used to eat the butter and sugar? Or did you also used to eat the butter and sugar together?
Well, butter and sugar basically makes buttermilk icing for cakes.
Okay, so it's not weird?
No.
Okay. This is the fluffy we're going for.
Okay, next steps.
We are adding them together with our powdered ingredients now.
Basically create our dough.
I have the spoon.
And to start the mixing process, just whilst I scrape out the remaining. I think that's all I can get scraped out of there.
Perfect. I think I'm going to have to start using my hand in a minute.
Yeah, bring it all together. It's starting to go into like a crumbly consistency.
Yeah.
Should take off any rings or whatever because the mix will.
Thankfully, the only thing I didn't have. Help.
You're beyond help.
Ow! I bit my own knuckle. I'm going to wash that hand. It's my time.
Get your hands in there. Don't be scared of it. Just brush all that off.
And maybe you should start opening the packets of
Chocolate chips.
chocolate chips. My question to you is, do we use them all, or like before they've been done, we put some for top as well?
Well, we have two types of chocolate chips. We've got dark chocolate and milk chocolate. I think we do one of each and then save the others to decorate. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. Shortbread dough is a very crumbly dough. So don't panic if your dough is very crumbly. This is what we mean by crumbly, like it's not like a dough yet. And it's stuck to my finger. Yes. Add the chocolate chips, sir.
Chocolate chips coming up. So we have dark chocolate chips and milk chocolate chunks. Let's try and make sure the chunks and chips are evenly distributed in the crumb. Yeah, try to keep it in the bowl.
Yeah, preferably not the floor or yourself.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily want circular. Do we want circular or square?
They're going to be eaten anyway, so I don't mind. But I think we like the square ones.
We'll make it square then. It's the fun part. You get in the rub it. So it should be a crumbly, but you should be able to squeeze it together and it stay, not crumble off.
Indeed.
If it does, you haven't added enough butter, so add more butter. We have our ball
Yes.
that we are going to flatten out. So we have a confession. Typically, when you roll out cookies or anything, pastry, you use a rolling pin. We moved house and we can't find said rolling pin and we didn't notice till just before we filmed. So we have a substitution.
Yeah, we're using a bit of initiative, a bit of imagination.
Just using our brains, you know, you don't have to use a rolling pin. You can use what you can find. Would you like to show what we're using today?
We are today. Our special rolling pin is Chloe's dry shampoo.
Batiste, not sponsored.
No.
And before anyone panics, we are wrapping this in something. We're not putting Batiste in our food, okay? Do not do that. We're covering it.
No, it brings nothing to the
No, it doesn't bring to the
flavour.
flavour. It does bring you to the hospital. In my opinion, it's genius. Really.
So we have our
Rolling pin.
rolling pin. Just need to grease that and add a little bit of flour so that it doesn't stick to our mixture. So you don't need the bowl anymore. I will allow you to start rolling that out. We need to get that to about a thickness of just under a centimetre.
So it's much.
A bit extra actually, to ensure that it doesn't stick to your surface.
This is where I drop it on the floor.
Yeah,
Let's
please
not.
don't do that.
No.
A little bit.
Obviously, we'll bring it together again and then re-smush and re-roll and cut more. Should we do a mixture actually?
A little bit of butter to the base. It's non-stick, so
It
it
shouldn't.
shouldn't stick anyway. But just make sure.
You can always also use a grease-proof paper
Yes.
or parchment paper.
Do I trust you with a knife?
No. Okay.
On there. So we just square this up.
So this mixture that we followed, the recipe says you should be able to make 12 cookies. But
However, we'll make them bigger
We'll
than
make
they
them bigger.
probably suggest.
and we have more products to make more cookies. So, slay.
Cool. Cut that in half. And then in quarters.
And those are our first cookies.
A little gap between them. And there we have our first
Cookies.
cookies. So that's the square ones. And we'll go for round one
Circles.
next. Just put this to one side for a moment.
Put it away.
Put them in the oven at the same time. It's just easier to judge the timing.
Yes, and it shouldn't take too long in the oven, but keep an eye on it. Please. Here. Wiggle. Wiggle. Ta-da.
Extract those.
To another tray, which I'm retrieving. Because there's no egg in it, I'm going to eat the crumb. These are our square and our monstrosity circle, because this is our sample cookie. Yes, for 15 to 20 minutes, because they should be golden
Yes.
brown. Not burnt.
Okay. And there we have it. We'll come back and see you once the results are in.
But you got to clean first. Clean.
Yeah, I thought it was Father's Day. It's my day off. Just gone off. It's time to have a look at
The
how our bakes
goodies.
have gone.
These are goods.
So, let's
Moment of truth.
take them out of the oven.
Oh.
Oh, they're looking okay. Just slightly golden on the edges.
Which is what you want to see.
Indeed. Obviously you need to allow them to cool off room temperature, and the smaller ones look delicious.
Looks so nice. I'm so excited to eat them. And as this oven is already ready, we can now get on to making
Our next
our
batch.
next batch. Flour bay teas. My only concern with this new dough, we're experimenting with this new dough. Slightly more butter than was recommended in the recipe. My only concern is I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this shape off. I'm not too sure how this is going to go at all.
Oh dear, she's got a knife.
Yeah. I almost killed it. Oh, it is stable. So, you've met her. These are her circular friends. Now, the other ones are cooling. So we're going to be able to transfer some of these into here. Yes. Denise, she's arrived. Denise. Okay. And they're done.
Time for the tasting, the best part.
Yes, the best part.
The first batch, we've got more cooking.
They look yummy.
They'll last us, what,
2
5
seconds.
minutes?
Yeah. So, we're going to try this one, and we're going to have our own cookie.
I think we'll share the rather uniquely
Sure.
shaped.
That's one way to put it.
Ooh,
Oh, it didn't snap. That's a good sign.
it is. Still a little bit of softness because of the butter.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good.
Not very good.
No. Good job.
They're very yummy.
Mm.
And the
How
other ones
rude.
are ready. So, that's it for today's video. We hope you really enjoyed it. Have you had a good Father's Day?
I have indeed. Thank you for baking with me.
No problem. Maybe we'll do this again.
Indeed.
Crazy.
Mm.
So, happy Father's Day to whoever's celebrating.
All the fathers out there.
And we might see you in another video.
Indeed.
Bye.
Bye. Come back!
Why can't I love you?